podcast. I'm gonna let everybody take the time to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Ashley. Hi guys, I'm Aaliyah.
What's up, guys? I'm Amber.
Listen, what you gonna learn about these guys? My family, my team, my equals. They are very goofy, but listen, this is the first episode, like I said, so we're very excited. You get to see an in detail look of what it's like behind our lives and what it's like being in ministry, being in our age group, and as young as we are. So, you know, the first thing I really want to talk about and dive into, what is it like, you guys, being on the praise team in New Hope? What is it like?
Well, you know, I wouldn't really know because, you know, I'm not on the praise team in New Hope. So, they told me I couldn't sing, so
honestly, I enjoy being on the praise team. We on the youth praise team and we're on the adult praise team. So we get to learn their type of music when they were older, and you know, I'm younger.
I mean, yeah, I definitely watch y'all every Sunday. It's crazy because the way that y'all able to pick up on stuff very quickly is amazing. Like, so speak on about how like.
Oh, Erica just joined us, so she's not.
So they decided to sing songs that I don't know. So
Oh,
the watermelon method don't work every time. It don't work. And then when they got the camera on you, and you got no choice but to like.
She look a little stiff to it.
Everybody
She got the right down here.
Because you know I don't know any words. Why you got this camera on me? But I think that's my only downfall. Like, sit down and teach me hymns. I don't know all the hymns.
Man, listen. So when they do know the songs, guys, like they're able to pick up very quickly. So I just want somebody to just, you know, talk about how, you know, easy at times, because they're a very gifted family. If I didn't mention, they are all related. Cousins, actually.
Simply
related. We grew up in the church, you know, all of us, we all really like.
Well, actually, they from Atlanta, so they grew up in all nations.
My
mother and their mother also attended that church too.
Yeah, but mainly like we always like with the family, my grandma, their dad, and everybody. Like we always end up singing like some type of song. Like
we break out in song. We one of them families.
When they hungry, they break out in song. When they say they break out in song.
Oh, that was
when they happy, they break out in song. I'm telling you, like everything,
like
they break out in song.
You really have to like sit a camera down just to watch us.
You gotta break out in song when you hungry.
Yeah.
Ooh. What is it called? Nah, that ain't it. Dang, what is the name of this song?
Nah, but back to the question, what was you asking?
Oh my gosh.
Like how do we
No, how we
I would say that it's easy and hard because I started doing this back when I was in high school, like 9th grade.
Yeah.
It's hard because people look up to you and they expect you to do it. So it's because we are gifted, it's like a lot of people in the church have a lot of high hopes.
Right.
And it's like when you don't meet that expectation, you feel like you let people down. Even though they don't say you let them down, you know you let them down.
Right.
And it's just kind of hard just trying to be that expectation that they want you to be, because you know you go through life just like everybody else.
Hey, well, what people don't know is, Amber, you went to Mississippi Valley, right? HBCU,
yeah.
So what did you major in?
I majored in music.
And talk about how that like really connects, like and helps you like dealing with church and stuff like that.
But no, okay, so basically music, it's just like everybody can say it's easy trying to learn those, but it's like I can't even explain it, but it's like it's a song you have the notes, and then you have to, how you say that word? No, it's, how you say that word? Dang. Not arrange it, but it's like, you gotta put, like, after you know the words and you know the notes, you have to put emotion into it.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta bring some points of the songs out and all that stuff. So, it's like, you can do that with any song, but with gospel music, it's like, you gotta
reach
fit,
your audience. You have to be able
exactly.
to express those feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so speak on that level, each of y'all, like, talk about that, like, how y'all have to get up each Sunday in preparation to get up to minister before people, because y'all are literally up every Sunday. Every Sunday, and y'all are very consistent with it, and y'all blowing, you know what I'm saying? So, talk about that. What is that like spiritually? Because y'all have to really minister to people who had a long week or had a difficult week, or, you know what I'm saying? So, really speak on that.
I can really say that we first, I think Freedom Fest in June, and we was practicing those songs.
Freedom Fest!
And my mother, she really set us down. She's like our, what's it like?
Our manager.
Yeah, like she set us down and she was singing, what was that song? It was not acapella, but we all had our own individual minds. Y'all know the song?
Take it to the Lord.
Take it to the Lord in prayer. And she said that, she was like, y'all, this is a real, like, this is a powerful song. Like, y'all have to show some type of emotion. And when we sat down and listened to the words, and I think that particular service, that was like, God was moving in that place for real. Like,
y'all really look back at it, I was just,
we may post the link to the Facebook Live.
yeah, I was teary-eyed.
But like that made us like really like wow, like we felt that. I feel like we reached our crowd. And one thing we had to learn was you're not gonna touch everybody in the service.
Right.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's not like that. But as long as we touch somebody, we did our job.
Yeah, as long as we put it out there, because you know, our church is really not that. Yeah, Jesus.
But
what she pretty much trying to say is that it's not as big as it used to be with COVID going on, and so
we don't have
with that, it's still like
younger people.
Yeah, we don't really have like an age group. It's really pretty much just us.
Yeah.
And the way they react, you can't really like. Oh.
I think everybody has their own way of worship, and I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
The way they react, like when we hype and turn, like yeah, literally everybody pause.
Just watch it.
They just look.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
but as long as I'm getting my
I
way right, and one day y'all might see me shout.
it's definitely different because we do show up every Sunday and try to minister to a crowd and try to minister to the church. I think it's easier said than done because you know when you're starting at a young age singing on the praise team or just singing the choir, they're just words. Like you just going with the flow. But when you grow and then you start to get into life and you start to deal with life, and then those words really start to minister and they really start to hit you, and then you just start thinking about the goodness of God and all that He's done for you. That's when you just start to get into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think once you get older, it starts to become a lot easier, but you also have to have that relationship because if you don't have it, you're not gonna feel it.
I remember in the old church, we was singing, dancing, surprise. It was just like we was always up and down, like to our seats and stuff. Because we was just so in part of the church. Like,
I think one thing for New Hope is that we try to have something for everybody, every age group, every demographic, because it's multiple ways to reach somebody and to introduce Jesus. Like right now on this podcast, like you can like, share, or whatever, and you can be feeling Jesus through this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be different from every Sunday morning. You may not hear God on a Sunday morning. Yes. You know, I think that's what the stereotype is that we can hear God on Sunday mornings, but sometimes you may not hear God on a Sunday morning.
yeah.
So you know,
Zach, you know, you grew up, you know, you started preaching at the age of 8.
Hey, yeah.
So I
So, I would say when I first got into ministry, like, it was one of those things. It was very controversial. Actually, I just had spoke to, my granddad, Pastor Matthews, this past Wednesday or whatever, and he was basically saying like, what was that like, and because now that I'm 20 and did you get to do certain things being young as you were and this and that. And I told him simply no, like I literally signed my name on the line and I signed it over to Christ, and a lot of stuff that everybody else got to do as kids, Zach couldn't do, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I do something, you supposed to be a preacher, you supposed to be, so it's like I didn't get to do certain things coming up, I wouldn't say my life was sheltered. I was exposed to trials and tribulations very early in life, but I had a lot of doubters, for Pastor Matthews to let youth, like in most churches, but the youth to sing praise team for youth and adult praise team, that's unheard of. For a preacher as young as me to get up and preach, that's unheard of. And it was very controversial when I was able to preach, because you would hear things like his mom forced him into that, or he's not really called, he's too young, this and that. So one thing that helped me grow from it is that I just sat back and I kept learning, and I was traveling and doing all sorts of stuff.
It was really unheard of, because like when Pastor Matthews, he was a guest speaker, and he told all his ministers to stand up, and I saw one lady like looked over, was like, "Is that he's a minister?" Like he's so young, She was just so shocked that he was a minister.
I think now just hearing your experience, and because it's like you're a minister and we're ministers through music.
Yeah.
So I just want to kind of compare and contrast the two, because he said his life wasn't sheltered. What he experienced wasn't sheltered. So I'm just trying to
Understand it.
yeah, cause the stuff that he probably went through, I probably didn't go through at the age of 8. You know what I'm saying? Just being a kid. Just being a kid.
We ain't never really met the exact video.
I
Yeah.
just feel like that shouldn't play a part. I feel like nobody's perfect. Minister or not.
Right.
I don't care how important or how big your role is in church, we're not perfect. Everybody falls short of the glory of God every day. So no, we're not here to judge. The only person that can judge is God himself. That's it, that's all. And I stand by it. So no, I don't feel like that's fair.
Yeah, but for me, like yes, at an early age, you kind of be like, yeah, it ain't fair. But as time goes on, you kind of realize it comes with the territory.
Cause life ain't fair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, when I signed up for it, no, I wasn't fully aware of what I was walking into, but I had the proper guidance to guide me through it. Just like with y'all family, like y'all aunt and mom or uncles or whatever, like they were singers, so y'all had them to guide y'all. So my family being where the preachers, teachers are.
And sometimes it can just be natural, like you can just feel it, like you can feel the connection.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of people out here who don't feel the connection, they just do it because people think that they're good in that place. But sometimes, like for me, singing about Christ, and I don't know if that's the same for everybody here, but it's a connection that I have with that. So yeah.
I really could compare and contrast the two, because the comparison is you both are ministering to people's hearts and letting their minds open up to new possibilities to experience Christ. The contrast of it is just the way that we presenting it or having the presentation of it. So I really tip my hat off to y'all when y'all singing and stuff, because man, I wish I had voices like y'all. Honestly, y'all, like they taught me how to sing. Like I can hold a note, but I ain't no soloist. You know what I'm saying? Like, not I know I'm sorry, but and people gotta understand it. Like this family right here is really gifted. Like they can not only blend together and harmonize together, but they can also hold notes and be in soloists. And I don't think people understand it. And I want y'all to talk about that. Like, what's the difference between a soloist and just being in the choir?
Yeah, I can tell you something about being in the choir.
Top.
So you know, there's a lot of times where people try to give you a chance because they hear you in the background and they think that they can put you up for a solo.
They set up.
With me, that's not the case. That's not the case. I ain't no. She can hold it up. But when it comes to being there by myself and nobody singing my no, I can't sing.
But being a soloist or a background, well, not even a background. Not even a background, because honestly, I don't consider myself a soloist, even though people think, they love to hear me sing. I don't know, for real. I don't consider myself a soloist because I love to sing in the background. I'm really shy at heart, so it's really hard for me to just open up and just minister to people like I'm supposed. Well, not I'm supposed to, but how I want to. Like, I don't feel comfortable just yet. Like, I'm just now starting to get comfortable just singing in the background and just being up the, just being on the front, like being on the floor, being on the stage type stuff.
Right.
And
Erica, be honest.
no, you cannot.
Be
Be honest,
I
Erica.
feel like it's an honest atmosphere.
Yeah,
Honest.
go ahead.
That's for honesty.
So let me get this off my chest and off my heart, because I feel like Amber, God has called her to be that soul. When Amber stands up and she grabs that mic, everybody is all ears. Everybody's focused in because Amber has that touch. And like she said, I feel like her connection is stronger because Amber was actually she was born to do this. I think for us, we had to grow into and still currently growing. I'm not saying Amber, there's always room for improvement. But baby, you have surpassed us. Okay? Yes, you have. I'm okay with saying that because I know where I am.
Yeah.
But listen,
Alright, go ahead. Because y'all talking stuff.
everybody's talking stuff. But I was saying though, Amber, if you can sing your butt off, but if you wasn't so shy, you really actually really go in, baby, that whole house
should be the next temple.
Woo, baby.
Shake it.
The whole church go up
Shook
and
the
down.
atmosphere.
And I said, if I had my boyfriend's best fatigue, I'd be over there swinging, going crazy. Yeah. But
So,
yeah.
you got something to add? My bad. This your sister, man. This your sister, yo. Come on, bro.
We don't need a song too.
Well, let me tell you something. I was back in Atlanta. Anyway, there's a kiss I didn't see my.
The other side.
Lord have mercy.
Anyways, back in Atlanta, I was the queen of solos. Okay. She did sing the little solos. I was singing all of them. Okay. What was this song?
Nobody know what song they're talking about, but she sang.
But as soon as we moved up here, they kind of brought it more out of Amber and Taylor. Taylor's not here.
That's my sister.
But they brought it more out of Amber and Taylor because they were the ones singing the solos, so pretty much at church it's just Amber and Taylor. I'm just okay.
No,
let me actually go get our shit.
Right.
Look, let me say something. I get up there when I'm ready. One time I did that, and I ain't gonna say it went bad.
But it went bad. It went bad.
It just didn't go bad.
It didn't go good.
bad.
Okay, excuse me. Because to be honest, I just did it, exactly how the song was played because I was nervous. I think it zoomed in on me. I think I was sweating a little bit too. Because that's how nervous I was. So, yes, as quick as I got up there, I got out. I think that song lasted maybe, 2 minutes?
It wasn't even nobody in there though. But yeah, since
But since we talking about solo, wasn't everybody mess up?
I had people in my stuff. I was still I was doing good, but then I started looking at the crowd. But then since Freedom, I don't see but that's the thing. I don't see how it's so different when it's so easy to see in the background and
When you got the spotlight on you, it's a different feel, it's a different.
And it also comes
I think it's because background it's like that, and it's like on the spiritual side, it's like, okay, I'm ministering to these people, and I gotta connect to them some way. So you know, you feel it through that, but through a soloist, it's like you gotta lead them into that. So it's like trying to lead them and trying to feel it for yourself too, and make sure everybody else is feeling it, and they up on your. It's a lot. So it's just like when I get there, I'm just like, I don't know, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying, and
being put on the spot.
not really.
Y'all, this is the thing though. So like, everybody always asks me, like, are you nervous when you get up in front of them folks and have to talk? Now, like, look, I'm naturally a big talker. Everybody knows that. Wow. There's some big talkers too. We ain't gonna talk about that. But people always, everybody always says like, Zach, are you nervous when you get up and have to preach or speak places? And I tell them no, because my thought process is I look at them as family. I don't look at it as nothing bigger than what it is, even though it is a big thing. So I would say, like, singing solos, I can't. Of course, you gotta hit every note.
Yes.
Just like I can't fumble over my words. So it's just like you just gotta look at it as like I'm in front of my family. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta be able to be comfortable within your own skin and like, bro, if I mess up, I mess up.
Not necessarily, because the eyes tell it all. Like,
How do you look?
Cause like one of them Sundays I had to sing. Okay, I bet. But I was looking and it was just like nothing but eyes. So I had to kind of like, okay, we're gonna switch this thing and run around. And so I kind of had to like, I felt it, so I had to like go.
Well, we're not gonna call it a he, because it's a he, and we know who he is.
Hey, hey,
Holy Spirit, activate.
AJ, well, I want AJ to be in this conversation. AJ, talk about what it's like to grow up with practically like all girls in the house. Like, I know like they can be crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just talk about that and what's your perspective on it.
It's stressful.
Stressful how?
Enlighten me. Enlighten us.
It is stressful living with 5 different females every day. Waking up with 5 different attitudes every day. You know, it's not the same.
Talk about like when before y'all like go to church. What is like prepping, trying to get ready.
It takes forever. It takes them about 3 hours to get ready to go to church.
And they still be
like, taking showers when they know they're supposed to go to church in the morning. So it takes about 50 hours. Yeah. They always like never fails. Never fails. Because it's just terrible. Like I ain't have to wait this long. No, me take about 30 minutes. You know, not even that. 10 minutes.
Hold on, wait, you should be a father versus a kid.
Good.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
Just playing.
Bruh, listen. Okay, so tell me what is the feeling like when, like, let's say we're at a practice, right, just recently, and we're getting ready to, well, we are rehearsing, and we're singing, and Pastor Matthew stops the rehearsal, and he honors y'all and y'all dedication because y'all show up every, you know, Sunday in, Sunday out, y'all show up.
This is what he did Wednesday.
Right, yeah. And it's like, tell me what does it feel like? Because sometimes people can get burnt out and the church can use you up and they don't ever, you know, appreciate, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's good because I think he saw that at one point we carried the load. Like, if we missed, there was really like no crazy, nothing.
And this is in the midst of the pandemic, y'all.
Yeah, right. So I understood why people were scared to come to church. So it's just like, that was a responsibility we had, but it was also something that we wanted to do as well. So that we can show up not only for our church and for our pastor, but amongst all God first. So we did what we had to do. And the fact that he shows that recognition and let us know that he cares. Like, it goes a long way. It pushes you to, keep wanting. Because I think if it was anybody else, they'd be like, oh no, we finna leave the church, we go to another church, or whatever. But no, like, that's big. That's big.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's big.
She pretty much took the words out of my mouth. Like,
I would have, just to add on to that, because
What is it like? What is it like to like get recognition and appreciation? Because some churches, they don't do that. They just use you up, and drain you.
okay,
And, what is it like?
it feels good to be
yeah.
Notarized.
yeah, it feels good to be notarized, but I honestly think it should be able to push people more to, attend, and it's like, you can get that recognition too if you just showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just to add on to Erica, when she was saying, what did you say? But no, just to add on to what Erica was saying, yeah, it feels good, but the work is never done, and you still got more improvement.
We always say.
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you say? There we go. More for a job well done is more work.
And that's the other thing I was going to say, but you can't take advantage of.
Yeah. What did you say?
You can't take advantage of the greatness that y'all do.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, how they be when our leader comes to us and be like, y'all late and stuff like that, but then we be like, wait, you need us. You can't expect us to. You need us.
And I think that's when my mama, she went on with it.
Oh, why? You told me she didn't go.
Okay, I feel it can get worse because she didn't.
But she got there. She got there today.
I think the last time she went on because it was being told to me out. She got a ticket to be in church, so that ticked her off. Like, right before church. And she was hot. But prior to yes, she's very she took care of it. Anyhow, I get what you're saying as we can't keep, abusing that type of power, I guess. She was just basically saying that y'all should get tired of being late for church every month. Now, Adrian has some truth to what he says. We are late. Majority of the time. Because it's just like when we get up, normally we get up like that. One time I got up at this 6:30 and was still late.
Church started at 9:30.
Exactly, we have to be there 8:45. So it's like we have to actually start managing our time a little bit better, looking at the clock, and actually moving. So, yeah.
He said we was church because grandma beat us to church. And I'm like,
Okay, I just looked at it. Okay. So I think that's one of our New Year's resolutions. Is to be on time, is to be late. Is to never come at all.
that's what I heard. Sometimes you just want to not come to church or stuff like that. But then you like, you might be going go out to the thing, like with Sunday morning. It's like, I don't want to go to church today. She got shame because last night,
This is not this right here.
a big effort in this sport city last night.
Yes, we had fun.
And so,
It was what is it? Safe fun.
really safe fun. We had real good
Yeah, I was
time. But she was talking about me because this morning I did not want to get up and go to church because one, I was having back pain. Two, I was catching real bad leg cramps last night in the middle of the night. So everything was just ugly for me the next morning. And I didn't want to go to church and I didn't get up to 8:15 and I had to be out of the house by at least 9:30. So yeah.
Yeah, it's also bad being in the spotlight because growing up, when we grew up in this church, we had a whole bunch of youth, so they really didn't have to depend on us. But now it's no youth here, they depending on us. So for us to be in the spotlight, it's like we can't. It's like as much as you want to miss it, you can't miss it because you're it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sick or not, you gotta suck it up.
Yeah, it's like it's very hard because I feel like even though you're in we look at service that just happened today.
Yeah, so we
on our way
And
on our way back home.
yeah, on our way back home, we listen to,
reevaluate. a little
yeah,
bit.
we listen to what we sound like, and then we try to figure out ways to perfect it.
Yeah.
So that way when Wednesday come up, we know what we need to do and how we need to, move forward and improve.
But
How you forget what you gonna say?
Shit,
Yo, what do you do when you get out of church? Out of the benediction?
what I do is sometimes like I wouldn't say like when the break like when the different pastor comes and I really want to listen like when I shout out my boy. Yo, like when he was preaching, like he was like I could really understand him because this is because he's youth, but I could really like understand what he's saying. So sometimes I go back to
Get a better connection.
yeah. So sometimes I go back and I just start really writing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I write down what he was saying and stuff, but
I think all of us to an extent rewatch the service because a lot of the times we work in the service so much that we don't even really get a chance to enjoy the service. So a lot of us, including me especially, I just go back and rewatch the service and see how
And it is on Facebook and YouTube, so that you go
Tune in.
But listen, guys, we gotta get up out of here. It's been a fun conversation. I hope you enjoyed our pilot episode 1.
season 1,
Yeah.
episode 1.
Yeah, so this is Hope
There's gonna be
Nation.
more seasons to come. I'm telling you.
Just trust the process.
Trust the process.
Stay down till you come up.
So,
Make sure you don't
thank
have
you
a
guys so
comment
much for watching us.
Yes.
And this is
Oh,
Tik Tok.
reminder. Listen, February 13th, 2022.
Freedom Fest.
Reboot Freedom Fest Volume 2.
Time.
Hey, listen, 9:30 a.m. You do not want to miss this
Don't wanna
event.
miss
You
it.
want to be free.
Get them good
Once,
shoes.
hey,
Shot
listen.
But we gonna
We
be
have
turned
the
up.
capacity
Turn
because
up.
we still, honoring the CDC guidelines. So once registration is full, we cutting it off, my boy.
Right.
So
And so the link will be in the description down below to go register so that you can get your seat for Freedom Fest.
And to remember, my name is Ashley.
I'm a Leo.
exactly.
Remember.